Do I start now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. So today we'll be looking at an introduction to data analysis. My name is Ayodiji. So I'm a data analyst, and I started my journey on BlueSky Citadel IT program. So we'll be looking at who is a data analyst. So the data analyst is someone that collects, organizes, studies, and provide insights from data. It's just as simple as that. So you collect the data, you organize it in the way that it makes sense to you. Then you um, now try to study to understand the pattern, either by providing visualization, what you can try to see the trends, maybe like making a bar chart, a bar chart, a pie chart, a geographical map, or things like that, and just to provide insights into this data. So, what are the roles of the data analyst? So, one of the roles is to first identify, collect, and migrate data. So, this data that we want to gain insight into, we have to identify it, and also collect it from where it is, and then move it to um, maybe the software or wherever we want to study this data. So the next um, um, okay, so the next is to manage and clean the data or aggregate the data. So you want to clean the data, you want to make sure the data makes sense to you, you want to arrange it in the pattern that makes sense to you. Then the next step is to manipulate this data. So you want to um, manipulate the data to probably maybe you have two tables or three tables and you want to bring one into one or join one or union it to make sense, to analyze those data together. Then the next step is to provide data analysis and visualization. So like I said earlier on, you'll be analyzing this data, you'll be studying it, you'll be checking for trends with different presentation with different visualizations, right? So either maybe with a bubble diagram or an histogram or a chart or a bar chart or a bar chart, or yeah, so you'll be doing that. Then the next stage is to summarize the data. So you summarize it, you tell a story about the data. Say maybe for example a company has called you and to tell them, oh, come and they've given you data to maybe like a company that sells grocery. They want to know which of their grocery or which category of grocery sells the most, right? So they give you data of their sales, then you'll be able to provide them with visualization that says, oh, it is probably this particular category of groceries that sells the most. Maybe they are yeah, that is this particular grocery that sells the most. Then you can write a story, okay, saying that oh, this percentage, just summarizing the data in the sense that oh, this percentage, this does that. Or sometimes you might have to present it to the stakeholders. So that is what you'll be doing basically. So we'll be looking at okay, so the importance of data analysis. So like I said earlier on, that this company called you to come and tell them about their product. So it could be to gain insight into the target market. Maybe, for example, people they want to know what product is getting the most boom from customers. So yeah, so that is what we're talking about when you want to gain insight into target market. Also, enhance decision making capacity. Say for example, it helps the company or whoever they are analyzing data for to be able to make important decisions. Say, for example, they want to, within their company, they want to know, maybe you have a company that sells cars, and they have their salespeople, and they want to know who sells the most amount of cars, in terms of who makes the most amount of profit for the company, because they want to increase probably the salary of that person. So you can use this data, you can use to gain insight on this, and and they can know who makes the most money, right? And they can increase the person's salary based on that. So you can also use to strategy and marketing campaigns. Like, for example, there's one thing that is common in developed countries or wherever. They give like discounts on certain products. So when it gets to a particular time, they give discounts. But these companies, they don't just want to be giving discounts and they'll be using money, right? So they want to make sure that they have made their profit before they start giving discounts. Or maybe they want to come up with a campaign and maybe do an advert, and they want to know the outcome of the advert. As that advert help them increase their sales, things like that. Maybe they want to put their product on a particular platform. They want to know, they want to get data. They want to know if that platform is good it's actually adding to their profit or not, and things like that. So also to improve the operational inefficiencies and minimize risk. Like I said, if you try to do something, if you run a campaign, you don't know if you are making profit or you are losing. So you can you can analyze the data based on maybe the first week of running it or the first month of running it. Then you can use to tell the stakeholders, come, you people who are not actually making profit, or you people are not actually this is you are losing money. So then they can know what to do. The data analysis will tell them where the challenges are and things like that. So the next is identify new products and services opportunity. Yeah. So that's another thing too. So you can, like, this is market-based scenario. So all these examples or this importance that I've been giving is a market-based scenario. So if, for example, they want to find out what product people are buying, or what services do people want, you can use data to do that. You can use data to check, this is what people like the most, this is the thing that they like the most. So yeah, so you can give those information to the company, and then the company can work on providing these services or providing this product for these people. So we look at the common soft skills required as a data analyst. So one of the major thing is to be able to identify trends and patterns. So as a data analyst, you want to be able to see what is happening with the data. Like, okay, this product is selling the most, or this product, you should be able to identify trends and patterns within a data. Which is important. Then communication. So yeah, communication is one important thing too, because you'll be doing a lot of communication with the stakeholder. So you must be able to not just communicate verbally, but you must be able to communicate with data. You must be able to understand data and communicate with data. And communicating with data requires you to build visualizations for the stakeholders. Visualizations, many of these stakeholders might not be able to use these tools. So you must be able to make the visualization so simple that by looking at it, they already know what they are talking about. So another thing is data management. So like I said earlier on, data has two stages. So you have identify the data, you migrate the data, and collect the data. So that is one. That's another aspect of the skills that you require. You must know how to manage, data management. It's important. Then data modeling, cleansing, and enrichment. So that is the modeling is the part where you start building visualization. So you must be able to visualize. You must be able to build visualization. Then data quality assurance, validation, and linkage. You don't just want to provide insight that are not accurate. So you require your data to be accurate. So you have to check, you have to make sure the data are accurate. So data visualization, you must be able to provide data visualization for your stakeholders. Then numeric analysis. So is that must be, there are some data that you might need to do some calculation. Like for example, if for example you are trying to calculate, you are given the total, let's say for example in a company, the data that you are giving you, there is no profit there, but you are given the total cost of the product and you are given the price of the product. So you should be able to know that, okay, the profit will be the price of the product minus the total cost. So those kind of, or maybe you are trying to find a profit margin. So there's also a formula for profit margin. You should be able to know all these things. Then logic and critical thinking. You should be able to think out of the box. You should be able to think also logically. Then statistic method and data analysis. So you should be able to understand the different statistical model. Like for example, the box and whisker model. You should be able to understand. You should be able to know what it means. If you are using it, so that you should. So if you understand this, then you know what visualization is best to explain the situation you're trying to explain. So some of common technical skills that you're going to be able to learn on the program is you'll be teaching Microsoft Excel. So they'll be taking your Microsoft Excel on at least to the intermediate. So they'll be teaching you things like how to do pivot table, how to do simple commands like the if clauses. They'll be teaching you how to change text to capital or lowercase. Base little calculations here and there. They teach you how to do the how to organize data with the VLOOKUP, the index and merge, and so on. So they'll be teaching you teaching you how to do that. Then on the program also you'll be learning how to use Tableau to create visualization. Tableau is a very intelligent software. So you'll be learning how to load flat files, or even from databases like SQL database. You taught how to load this onto Tableau, and how to now manage your data within Tableau, and to provide statistical model to now provide data a data visualization dashboard. Then also you'll be taught how to use Power BI. Power BI is also similar to Tableau. They both like do the same thing. They provide data visualization. You'll be taught how to use SQL to query database. You know how to write queries, bring how to manage the data. But some of the other software that you can also try to get your hands on, probably on your own, is Python and R, Azure, SPSS, and other data modeling tools that are out there. So because this is very important, because sometimes you never can tell if you take on jobs. They might ask you if you know about this, so you want to be able to tell them that I know about it. I can do this and this on it, but I can now learn better. But these are where my core skills are. So it's important to know other tools that people use out there in companies. So these are the various levels that you can get into as a data analyst. So the associate analyst, that's just like a beginner, almost like a graduate level. Then we have the mid level, then we have the senior level, and we have the principal level. In this program, we always want to encourage people to, when you're applying for a job, you should apply for the mid level data analysis, because the associate level is what you are doing right now. That is the beginner. So at the end of the program, we want to believe that you have the skill sets to be able to take on job as a mid-level data analyst. So some of the industries you can work in the finance industry, in the healthcare sector, in e-commerce sector, marketing sector, in government, and in tech sector. So all these sectors, they require data analysts. In fact, we require data analysts everywhere. Then I'm sure everybody wants to know how much you would be looking to earn as a data analyst. So on the average, as a data analyst in the UK, you earn about 44,099. So yeah, this is just the average. You can be higher. So I would say this is the average. This is what mid-level data analyst gets. But yeah, that this what a mid-level data analyst earns. But it can be slightly lower and it can be way higher. Then this is also data analyst another one saying the average. Then we see it can be as high as almost 80,000 annually. So it depends on the position that you are applying for or you are in. So that is me. Thank you for your time. So I don't know if anyone has a question.
Okay, thank you so much, Ade. Thank you. That was explanatory. So we'll take the questions after the journey, yeah? So just hold on the call. Thank you very much. For the journey, Elsie, hi. Hi, Elsie. Are you on the call?
Hello, hello.
Hi, thank you
Hi,
for joining in. You have 5 minutes. Please tell us about your journey. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for the time. Good evening, everybody. I am
Good evening, you
Elsie.
are welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Good
So my name is
evening.
Elsie Agbombolo. I'm one of the mentors in DA in Blue Sky. So I just want to quickly share with you about my journey so far. You see, when I started with Blue Sky, I didn't really start with I hope you can all hear me.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you.
Okay. So I didn't really start with as a data analyst. So I did join business analyst, but at the long run, I came to realize that I'm not the kind of person that talks that much, because with business analysts, they're doing the research thing and trying to, find out, ask questions with stakeholders and all. So one of my friends that also she attended her training with BlueSky Citadel, and she got her role as a business analyst. So she said to me one day that, oh, there is a course, data analyst and data science coming up. She enrolled. I said, really? She said, yeah. She mentioned the money when she Googled it. I said, wow, this money is huge. I'll go for this. So that's how I registered for the data analyst. And ever since then, I have not regretted it. You see, my journey has been very, very smooth. I just want to encourage you all that as a data analyst that you coming into is not something that is difficult at all. When take out time and really pay attention, go through the videos that all for the things that your tutors are going to teach you. Even if you struggle, you ask questions. And we mentors, we are also there to assist. Because with data analyst, you are the one that is going to be analyzing the data. You're making sense, you're helping the business to make sense with their data, and you're giving them recommendation. So without you, the business cannot move. So that's the one major importance with one of the importance about data analyst. But besides that, you also going to be learning business intelligence analyst. You see, and that is the higher one, which is, I believe we like to go to work and be paid, well. You know why you're going to that job, you see. So with business intelligence analyst, your tutor also is going to teach you to the, simplest level that you will understand. So, when I joined, I didn't really know how to use Excel. I just, the training, someone introduced Blue Sky to me. So I joined, and I wasn't, as they were doing the course, I was just looking. I didn't know how to use Excel. So now I can tell you I fly. So if you are that person that you don't even know what you are kind of telling yourself, what am I doing here? How am I going to learn these things? I tell you, is so easy. It is so easy. If I don't know how to use Excel, and now I can use Excel, I can query my database data, I can, do everything, Tableau, I can do visualization, I can, even recommend, do reports and give recommendations. You will be able to fly as well, because we've got all the mentors, we've got all the tutors that is going to help you throughout your journey. I've got 5 minutes. Please, have I exceeded my 5 minutes?
Just wrap up. Keep going. Thank you.
Okay. So that is just it. I'm just here to encourage you anyway, that your journey is going to be so good, and you're not going to regret anything at all. With data analyst, if data analyst or business intelligence analyst, the only difference between the two is with data analyst, you just help to analyze the data, but with business intelligence analyst, you are the one giving the report. So they really need you. Without you, the business will not move. So that's how important you are in any company. So you see, yeah, everything that you need is in BlueSky. You coming into BlueSky, you will not regret it. So thank you so much, and welcome to BlueSky Citadel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elsie. Thank you. So you've noticed all the DAs are so cool people, they are not like Agbero like us, yeah. But their importance in the company, it cannot be overestimated. Really, I'm serious. They are always very, people are looking up to them. Okay, really, in a company, what do you think? What do you think they look out for the most? Everybody wants to make profit in it. So DAs are the ones telling them that, oh, you'll be profitable here, you'll not be profitable. You analyze their data to be able to point out, where they should put their head. Okay, yeah, this one is good, this one is not good. So it's quite important. They always look up to you for the progress and all that. So it's a very important role, and it's quite interesting also. So we can come on with the questions now. Really, thank you so much, Elsie. And it would be cool if you still wait on the call so that in case you have any questions from the new interns. So this cohort, they are question driven. So that's really good. So we already have one hand up. Ariyo, do you want to go? Hi, Ariyo, do you want to go? Benga, can you hear me? Okay. Adeni, shoot.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Please, I want more insight about who a business intelligence analyst is. I've been hearing data analyst, DE, and several things like that, but I'm more interested in who this business intelligence analyst is. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Elsie or AY, you can go, please.
Okay. Is that Benga or yeah?
Adeni, actually.
Adeni. Okay. So Adeni, as a business intelligence analyst, what you be doing mainly is they are both like the same kind of role. They are both like the same kind of role, but it is more of getting insight in like Elsie said, on maybe like profit margin, giving them you'll be working closely with this with the stakeholders, you'll be giving them reports on their business. Say, for example, like you're working with a company that is running maybe like a campaign. Now, some of the campaign that all this company works on, maybe like they're working on a campaign to increase maybe like a new product. So they do like a commercial for this new product, and they want to see, okay, how the product is doing based on the commercials, so they give you this data, right? That these are the things that they're doing. Or maybe yeah, that's an example. So so you come up with the data, and you I don't know, sometimes you are filling some form and they will ask you, how did you find out about them? So you can use that data, you can gather that data and use to now, develop insights on, how the campaign, all these various campaigns, maybe email campaigns, advert campaigns and these things, how they influence people buying their product. So that's like that's one of the things that you can that you can report as a business intelligence. Another example could be like maybe you have a company that that invest, like an investment bank, and now they are looking for companies to invest in. So they have a list of companies that they want to invest in, and they're asking you as a data intelligence, what company should we invest in? So if one of the questions you'll be asking them is, how much are you looking to invest first? Yeah, okay. And some of the things that you want to find out is that company that you're investing in, is the company making money? Is the company growing in terms of, is the company growing? So those are the things that you want to find out in those data. Or you want to give them a list of companies that's within the bracket of their investment, and also within the bracket of making profit, the kind of amount of profit they want. Like the one that they can tell you that they want a company that is making like 80% profit. They want a company that is growth is like 50% from the day in which it has started. So now you will be taking that data now, analyzing that, checking all those things. So like so that is like you're doing more of like business intelligence work, like you're giving. But at the end of the day, it also depends on the company. They give these names to, you can be a data analyst and be doing what a business intelligence person is doing. So yeah, so sometimes they just do that. So it depends on also the company that is doing the advertisement. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question.
Yes, sir, you did, sir. But what is the difference between being a business intelligence analyst and being a BA?
Okay, let me
And
come
is
in.
there a pathway from? Okay.
Okay, yeah. You see, like data analyst, you can, learn Excel, just only Excel, and you can apply as a data analyst using Excel to do maybe some if calculations, pivot tables, and all that, just to do your work. But as a business intelligence analyst, you are the one that is giving the report. With data analyst, you can give recommendation that, oh, this be like what Ayo was saying. They can say, okay, we want to see if our sales is selling in so place. If maybe they have business all over the Europe, so they want to see how their business is doing. So the best way you can, do your work, let me put it that way, is maybe they'll bring data before you, and that data, you put it on SQL Server. With business intelligence analyst, you query the data. With Excel, you just use only Excel sheets to do your work. That's for data analyst. So for business intelligence analyst, you query the data. You use what we call SQL, which is SQL Server SQL Server Management Studio. You see, that is what you use to query the database, where you import data from the data source, then you query the data. After querying the data, then you now, do a visualization to show them the report, what you got from the data you queried. So with only data analyst, you don't really need there are some data analysts, they've never used a database to query any data. But with business intelligence analyst, you always query. Is like a developer work. So it's a bit higher than a data analyst, you see. So that's the two different things that is with data analyst and the business intelligence analyst. So if I didn't answer your question to your satisfaction, the tutor will explain it more to you. So yeah, if we didn't make it clear, yeah.
So sorry, there's just something I wanted to add to that. Thank you so much, Elsie, and thank you so much, Ayodeji, because what you explained to me is actually very clear. And really, most of the tools the two roles use, is very similar, but but for the business intelligence guys, they use more of SQL because they're actually querying and all that. Yeah. So, but aside that, the data analyst, then for me, it's more like You know, data analyst, you are predicting things that are coming later. You're exploring. You're just trying to check trends. You understand? So that the business can make decisions on that, yeah? But for a business intelligence person, it's more like they are helping the business, like they understand that business and they are just trying to help the business make some analysis as to what to go through. Sorry about my background. Please take over, Ayodeji.
Yeah, so what they are trying to do is what you are trying to do as a business intelligence is to, specific, like, yeah, it's specific to decision making, like very specific to decision making. Then also their pay is always higher than that of a data analyst, right? But like I said, there are some, it depends on the company. Sometimes they put data analyst and you have to do everything. They will say as a data analyst you must have the knowledge of SQL, you must even know Python, you must know maybe Tableau or Power BI. So yeah, so sometimes so it depends. Some people even put it there. They'll put like they are looking for Power BI experts when you are still going to do the work of a business analyst or business intelligence analyst, or you are going to do the job of a data analyst. So really, it depends on the company, right? So, but basically, for business intelligence analyst, you'll be doing more work and you'll be earning more. You'll be doing more of querying and visualization, and you'll be earning more money. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question correctly.
Yeah,
So
yes, sir. You did, sir. But is there a pathway from being a DA, as we are in this internship, to becoming a business intelligence officer? Are we going to be taught a little out of these tools that you have mentioned that the business intelligence analyst must have?
yes, I mentioned earlier on, I said you'll be learning how to use Excel, you'll be learning how to use Tableau, you'll be learning how to use Power BI, and also you'll be learning how to use SQL. So those are the four softwares you'll be taught on this program. So with the skills that you'll be taught on this program, you can apply for a job in a mid-level of any of these roles, right? Then I said something. I said it's also good for you to go further on your own to probably learn how to use Python or R to be able to query data also, because you can also use this programming language to query data. Some people put it in their role description that you should be able to. You might not use it, but it can come up in like an exam, maybe all these technical interviews. So it might just come up, and so it's always good to also learn that.
All
So
right.
am I?
Thank you so much. We need to move forward. Thank you. Shegun, you want to shoot?
Yeah, though the question I want to ask has already been answered
All right, no
through the
worries.
explanation, so I think I'm okay now.
Okay. So before Bumi
Right.
goes, really, what I want to say is that sometimes you see these roles, like I said earlier, they just interchange the name to suit the company sometimes. Sometimes all these things are names. Though, don't get me wrong, a BI and a DA's role are kind of different. Yeah, they're kind of different focus. But like I said earlier, sometimes you end up doing everything. All these things is just, you just want to touch up. It's like in the bank, for example, you hear branch manager somewhere. Some banks you say business manager. There is the same thing. They're just saying the head of the branch, the person in charge of the branch. Yeah. So it's the same thing that happens to these roles. And I know we've mentioned it earlier this week. Some of these roles they just change the name to suit themselves, yada yada. But I'm still standing on the fact that though they are different roles, but the same knowledge-based person can handle both. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. Yeah. So that's Bumi, do you want to shoot?
Good evening, everyone.
Good
I
evening.
Good
want to
evening,
talk.
ma'am.
I'll be talking about the technical skills needed as a data analyst. When Mr. Ayo when Mr. Ayo was talking about the technical skills, he spoke about the Microsoft Excel, Power BI, SQL, data modeling and stuff. Then later he moved on to discuss about the sectors that DAs can work in, like the finance sector, the healthcare, the e-commerce, or stuff like that. So my question is there a particular technical skill that is needed in a particular sector? For example, if I want to work in a finance sector, will I need only Microsoft Excel or Python, or I must know all the technical skills needed if I want to work in any sector? Thank you.
Okay, that's a very good question. The sector, yeah, matters, but also what matters is how big the company is, right? Because the bigger the company, the bigger the data, right? The more sophisticated the data that we collected. So I would start with the finance. So now, I don't know if you have heard of finance data analyst, or I'm sure a couple of people have heard about it. And if you have gone further to like check on it, if you go and check on it, they'll tell you that maybe you need ACCA or something. You need something in accounting to be able to do it. That's because there are some like technicalities that you need to understand in that kind of market, but you still require a data analyst skill because you need to still query data. So you have like you are working in a company where people are buying shares, and you know the amount of shares that is in the market. So you need something to be able to query that data from in fact, that kind of market, maybe like Bitcoin and things like that, they always linked to an API. So you need Python to be able to query that data out of that API, to take that data out of that API, now to load it on your own database. Now, when you load it on your own database, that's when you can now use SQL to query it and now say, okay, this is data I'm looking for, but this is what I need in that data that I need to analyze, right? So we are talking of, so now understanding the market is like, if you as a normal person that you don't know anything about finances, you of course you have the skill of data analysis, but you don't know what you are looking for, right? So in that situation, you might require extra skill, right? But still, there are still some finance sector that you can still work in without that kind of knowledge, right? So that being said, so what I'm trying to say is that it depends on the kind of technical knowledge that the job requires for you to apply. So if you're applying to say NHS now, some of the things that they want to be doing is like maybe they are checking data on their, I'm just giving an example. So maybe they did like they are checking data on the people that are coming to the hospital, the kind of diseases and things like that. So that one is kind of like easy. You can use your residual knowledge like for that. But when it comes to something that is more technical, that is technical in a particular field, then you would need additional knowledge. But the basic knowledge you need as a data analyst required are the knowledge that will be taught at BlueSky Citadel, which is SQL, Excel, Tableau, and Power BI.
Alrighty, thank you so much for that. Benga, do you want to go?
Yes, yes, man. Good evening, everybody. Actually, my question have been answered, but there is another thing. Can we get the handout of this lecture, or any way that we can still go over to this lecture after the assuming after the lecture given here? Maybe there is another means to reverse to the lecture again. Thanks.
Okay. I would just okay. So I would answer that real quick. So every class is recorded, right? So every class is recorded, and I'm sure now that I'm sure if you have been onboarded, you'll be on prep major at the moment. So on prep major, there are some videos already that you should have you should have access to, and I'm sure you should be maybe watching one. You'd have watched one or two of the videos. So those videos, you'll be having those videos. So after every class, they will give you videos. Then you also have the platform. There's a platform created for data analysis. So on that your platform, is there. That platform is there for you guys to discuss amongst yourself. Like if you have problems, you can discuss with someone else. You have mentors and buddies on that platform. So you can reach out to anyone. Oh, I'm having a problem here and there. Even so, if you guys can even organize to after a class to come together and still discuss further. That is what the platform is for. So your question is, you would always get videos to go over it and over and over and over again.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much for that. I wouldn't have answered better. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ayo. Farouk, hi.
Good evening,
Sorry,
everyone.
before Farouk, sorry. Shegun, have you spoken before? Because I've seen your name earlier. That's why I thought to speak.
Yeah, I have another question.
Okay, let Farouk go, then you go. Yeah, do you mind?
All right.
All right, Farouk, shoot.
Oh, sorry, I just muted it all over again. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much to the facilitators this evening. My question would want to go to Elsie. I hope she's still on the call. And I was taken in with her story because she said she knew nothing whatsoever about, even maybe basic Excel before joining BlueSky. And now she's, doing well as a data analyst. I would just have wanted to find out a bit more about her journey, like how long after, finishing the internship in BlueSky did she get a job? While she was going through the interview stages, what were the most important skills that were required or asked of her to demonstrate, and then also on the job, what were the most important skills or are the current most important skills of what she's learned that she's actually using, in her day-to-day activities. Thank you.
Hi. Please, who asked the question again?
Farouk.
Farouk. Okay. Hi. Yeah, when I started, like I said before, I didn't know anything about Excel because I work as a nursing assistant, so we don't use Excel. So when I came into BlueSky, came in and joined BlueSky, I learned everything that I know. And it depends on individual, you can finish the course and the way you studied or focus or learn with your teammates also helps you to say, okay, I'm going to get the job or I'm not going to get a job. You see, when I joined, I was listening to the recording, the videos, practicing, because this role really needs, one giving his or her attention. So I was really practicing, then I got used to it. Even when you see the interview questions, it's same thing that you've been taught. So with that, it really helps in telling the story in the interview. Prep measure, BlueSky Citadel, it's what you say. Okay, you cannot say that, oh, I did internship in BlueSky. No, you can say BlueSky is a company, like they take outsource projects from other clients. You see, so I was able to work with this client just to give a little bit that you've got experience. So I really practiced, and yeah, and that was it, giving my time to it because it is what I needed at that time. So, and even now, so the job role is actually not something that is really, really hard because you can ask questions. When a data is brought before you or any work, they always give guidelines to what they require. If you don't understand, you go back to them and say, oh, this thing, I don't understand it. What do you require of me? What do you want me to do? How do you want it? it's also questions, communication, you're communicating with the stakeholders, you're communicating with your managers. So they always tell you that this is what they need. Then with that, with the data set that is given you, then you just, you look at it, you see, data analyst is most of the time 90% thinking and 10% solving, you see. So once you understand the data properly, there is no more thing, left for you to do than to just carry the work out. So depending on how serious you are, you might finish the internship in 3 months and the next month you get a job. And some people do come in, they already know how to use Excel, they already know they've got IT, background, and they just come in, after the internship, the following 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, why some can take 6 months, depending on individual, you see, the way you want to, you prepare to and eager to get the job. And yeah, it is right there. Yeah. I don't know if I answer your question.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Elsie.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So thank you for that, Elsie. Just to add to what Elsie said, all our journeys in this program is very different. We all have different journeys. So it depends on, aside, we all have different heads, right? But the most common factor in everything, the common factor in everything is your amount of time that you apply to that role to even understand. See, is that confidence you take in that the interviewers see and take up. Yeah. So try your best to be in this program. You're in this program now already, yeah. But being in this program is different from being in this program. It's 3 months. Stay focused and you achieve what you want to achieve. Like I know people that got their roles in as a data analyst almost at the end of the internship. I know people that got theirs immediately after the internship, and I know people that got theirs 6 months after the internship afterwards. So it's just your personal journey, it's just your drive. It doesn't mean the person that got it 6 months after did not try their best. Don't get me wrong. It's just favor, yeah. I'm not saying some of us are not favorable or something. Please don't take my words wrongly, but sometimes you know how these things goes. Some people, just the main thing is know your stuff. When you know your stuff, then you're ready to launch out. And there's something we say about searching for jobs on this program. Searching for job on its own is a job. Looking for job in BlueSky is a job, because we give you that lot of encouragement on how to go about it, how you do. Don't worry, they will take you through it all through on your career development, and Tolu, they'll take you through the journey of how you start searching for jobs almost immediately. They'll show you all the job sites. To you might feel, oh, I know Indeed, I know this, I know that, but they'll show you, at least maybe using JobServe most especially as an example, how to apply for so many jobs at the same time. You get so many calls, how you call back, how you are battle ready with your, introduce yourself and all those kind of things. So they'll take you through it, the best way they can. But the remaining part of it is you to do that journey. So always just put your mind to it. Be in this internship. Don't forget what I said. The meaning of being in this internship is you get what you need to get out of this. Honestly, I know a gazillion people that always get the job towards the end, just right after the end, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months into it, and some people take 6 months. So it depends. Everybody has different journeys. So I just thought to say that before Shegun go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Like when we were talking about the common technical skills required as a data analyst, data analysis, they said they were going to train us on Microsoft Excel, Tableau, Power BI, and SQL. But my question is, let's take for instance someone that is joining this internship now already know how to use Microsoft Excel or Tableau or one or two of these things listed here, and can that person choose another another application here like SPSS or Azure or Python, or instead of him or her choosing the one he has already know, the one he has already know how to work with. So can someone choose another one? That's my question. Thank you.
I'll take that question. That question should be for me. Yeah. So no, you cannot take up anything different. We have our plan already for data analysis. Yeah. And sometimes you might feel you know something, and just brushing it up might just perfect you on that thing. So you might actually already know Excel before now, but we'll take you through the deep dive of Excel and everything. But our main focus on DA is what AY has listed earlier, right? So you're not going to choose and say a separate SPSS. Keep quiet. I guess I'm speaking on mute again. You're not going to pick a different topic and say, oh, you want to go for SPSS or you want to go for no. We just go straight for Tableau. We go for Excel. We go for SQL, that's SQL. And sometimes we do a bit of Power BI. Yeah. So I'm not, but you're not going to be doing SPSS and co. No, you're not going to. You might need to do self-learn for that part of it. But if you guys really need it as a unit, it will not be that you choosing it. So we can, table that to Deji and we just, add something. But the truth is, when within these 3 months, by the time you pack all those things in your head already, you might not even have space for another thing. I don't know how best to put it. Just focus on the ones you have, and I can assure you that is enough to get you the role you are looking for. Those are the 3 major ones that people use the most for this data and all that. Yeah. So it's going to fetch you the role you're looking for, but you're not going to be picking roles and say, oh, I want to pick SPSS. We don't take SPSS, correct me, did you guys do SPSS?
No, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to clarify on that.
Okay.
So the reason why I included that on it, like I said, I said those very first 4 that we mentioned, which is Excel, Tableau, Power BI, and SQL. Those are the ones that you will be taught here. But what I was saying was that you can also go and learn further, because you might decide as a data analyst you want to change your role. Maybe I'm sure you have heard of data engineer, data scientist, data science, So those are other roles that you can venture into. And if you learn these other things, they can help you venture into that. But for basics, for what they are going to be taught here as a beginner, those are the courses, those ones that we mentioned earlier, that will be taught. I just included that just for your own knowledge, just for you to have just for you to know about your role properly.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. So you guys can actually come together as a group to do that tutorial. Somebody wanted to say something else?
Yeah, I just want to add 1 or 2 words to that, what you said, and Ayo. You see, with SQL, with Power BI, with Tableau, and with Excel, in a week, you won't be able to, if you are not really, dedicating time into it, you won't be able to cover all. It's really hands-on and it's much. And these are the only thing, like what they've said, that you really need for your work. If you see some some what's it called, work set, when you set for a job, what they really need is reporting tool, which is Power BI or Tableau. Even you'll be taught SSRS is another reporting tool. So you see, it's really much of work. It's hands-on. So I don't think those ones are just extra, as Ayo said. It's just extra for your own knowledge. It's not like you really need it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Elsie. No more hands up. Are we all good? Is everyone okay tonight? So we can finish 10 o'clock on the dot. Yay, this is our most boxed one.
So okay.
You're good. All right. Thank you so much. But really, if you have other questions, you can just note them down and ask on the next call. Yeah. So officially, the introduction to all the courses ends today. So let me stop my recording first.